Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking how to prevent sun damage. Now, I think we all know by now you need to wear a good broad spectrum sunscreen and you need to apply it frequently throughout the day. However, I want to take it to the next step. Sunscreen is just one core component of preventing premature aging caused by the sun. There are other things you can do to kind of take your anti-aging skincare routine to the next level. I want to share with you 5 hints, tips and hacks for getting the very best out of your sunscreen and out of your overall anti-aging routine. So sit back, relax, let's talk how to prevent sun damage. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know any hints, tips, techniques that you guys have when it comes to preventing premature aging caused by the sun. Sound off in the comments section below, because your recommendations really do shape the products I try and review here on the channel in the future. One of the best ways of supporting me as a content creator is also, while you're down there, to reach down and give this video a thumbs up and a like. The more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes it on its platform, so it's just a wonderful way of making sure as many people as possible know about our wonderful Mad About Skin community. I've got quite a lot to say and I want to keep this short, sharp and to the point, so let's just cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, when we're talking sun damage, this can manifest itself in a number of ways. Obviously, cellular damage, cancers, these are the primary reasons why we reach for a sunscreen day in, day out, and they should never be neglected. However, sun damage can also occur with things such as excess pigment in the skin, hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration, which kind of give an unevenness to our complexion. It could also exacerbate fine lines and wrinkles, so we'll see, if we have an awful lot of sun exposure, you might just see the crow's feet appearing around the eyes, you might see those frown lines more visible than maybe they were before. It can also lead to really dehydrated skin. The more dehydrated the skin is, the more sallow it appears, again exacerbating fine lines and wrinkles. These are all things that really we can avoid by employing a good sunscreen alongside these 5 hints, tips and hacks that I want to go through today. Now, tip number 1 is to make sure that you use a vitamin C under your sunscreen. So you should already have a really good sunscreen in your routine, and if you're still struggling to find your perfect pairing, I covered some of my favourites in a video which I'll link up there. However, one of the best pairings in skincare is sun protection and vitamin C. That's because vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. But unlike all the other amazing antioxidants on the market, studies have shown that vitamin C actually enhances the performance of your sun protection. So you can get a little extra bang for your buck from whichever SPF you reach for by applying a vitamin C underneath it, doing any other steps in your skincare routine that you want, and then topping it off with a good broad spectrum SPF. This will give you that fantastic additional benefit from your sunscreen and also some great antioxidant protection. Things such as UV wavelengths of light, pollution, particulate matter, they hit our skin throughout the day and they stress it out. These are caused by free radical damage, and this alongside the damaging rays of the sun all lead to premature aging. So combine your favourite sunscreen with a great ascorbic or L-ascorbic acid to just make sure that you've got the skin protected and covered against all bases throughout the day. My second top tip is to get a little centella asiatica in your life. This works in a number of different ways, but it actually pairs beautifully with the vitamin C that we've already said pairs beautifully well with your sunscreen. You kind of see where we're going here. We're piecing together a skincare routine as we go. But the reason it pairs so well with vitamin C is studies have shown that the collagen boosting benefits of vitamin C are trebled, in some cases quadrupled, by using it alongside a centella asiatica serum. One of the biggest causes of premature aging in the skin is that UV rays actually breaking apart the collagen and the elastin in our skin. That degradation of collagen can lead to a loss of firmness and elasticity and that appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So your vitamin C will already help to boost the levels of collagen naturally produced by the body, which is great. But why not get 4 times the benefit by pairing it with that centella asiatica? Also has the additional benefit of it calms and soothes the skin. Sun exposure can be really inflammatory on the skin, so any ingredients that you can include to calm and soothe will definitely have a benefit in the long term. So there are lots of different Cica centella asiatica serums on the market. The one that I'm currently using is this. This is the PSA Liquid Panacea, which has some great calming and soothing ingredients alongside that centella asiatica to just double down on the collagen boosting benefits of your vitamin C. Tip number 3 is to avoid exfoliation on those high UV days. Think ahead. What are you actually going to be doing that day? If you're just, popping out, running a few errands, spending most of the time in your house, it's absolutely fine to use your exfoliator exfoliator on a morning, because you'll be making sure, any additional sun sensitivity that could bring will be more than covered by your good SPF. However, if you're going to be out and about a lot, maybe you're on the beach, maybe you're going to the park, and you're going to be having a lot of high UV exposure, skip your exfoliator that morning. Use your exfoliator on those days where you're not going to be as exposed to the rays of the sun, because that way you just minimize any risk of, that fresh, gorgeous skin that the exfoliator has revealed being a little extra sun sensitive. Also, don't forget that your exfoliator, whichever one you reach for, can be a little sensitizing and inflammatory on the skin. You don't want to go out into the world with already inflamed, sensitive skin when you've got those UV rays that you're trying to protect the skin against. So I would say, on the days where you're having high UV exposure, skip your exfoliator and save it for those days where maybe you're just chilling around the house and your skin is going to have a lot less to contend with. Tip number 4 is to make sure you have a good azelaic acid and tranexamic acid in your skincare routine and in your life. That's because it doesn't matter what you do to the skin in terms of protection, any exposure to UV radiation will start to increase the rate of melanin pigment production in the skin. Unfortunately, this pigment production doesn't occur uniformly across the skin, which is when we get those dark spots, discoloration and hyperpigmentation. One of the best ways of suppressing pigment production, keeping it in check, making sure that it doesn't go into hyper overdrive the second we step out into those UV rays, is by having a good tranexamic acid and azelaic acid in our skincare routine. They both work beautifully well together to just dial back the rate of pigment production, meaning that your chances of increasing hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration will be vastly reduced if you already have these active ingredients in your routine. Now finally, and maybe I should have led with this because I think this is one of the most important things you can do to prevent sun damage, make sure that the SPF you reach for truly is broad spectrum. Now lots of brands will make lots of different claims, but very few of them will actually tell you the level of UVA protection you're actually getting. By law, they have to state what the SPF value is, but that's telling you half the story. UVB radiation burns the skin. It also leads to cellular damage and cancers down the line. The level of UVB protection a product gives is indicated by the SPF value. However, there's some other wavelengths of light to think about. UVA radiation actually ages the skin. It can also lead to cellular damage and cancers, and so you want a product that's going to deliver UVB and UVA protection. Unfortunately, the level of UVA protection isn't usually disclosed on the bottle, and I really hope that starts to change in the next coming years. Lots of brands will claim to be broad spectrum, which means that they actually protect against both wavelengths of light, but in truth, it's very hard to tell if they actually are. We have some built-in protection here in the UK, in the European Union, and over in Australia, where regulators actually demand that the level of UVA protection is at least a third of the level of UVB protection that a product is giving. So if you're in one of these territories and you walk into your drugstore and you pick up an SPF 50, you're guaranteed to be getting a good level of UVA protection alongside that. Unfortunately, the same isn't the case for the rest of the world. So what I would say is do a little bit of digging and find out the good guy brands that have actually disclosed the level of UVA protection that their product gives, so you know when you reach for that you're getting that truly broad spectrum protection. I took some of the guesswork out of this and I covered in a recent video some of the very best high UVA protection sunscreens, and I'll leave a link to that video up there. Check it out, because before you do any of the other steps in this video, making sure that you have a tried, tested and independently verified sunscreen in your skincare arsenal is super important. So there you have it guys, a rundown of the 5 hints, tips and hacks for preventing premature aging and sun damage. We should all be able to go out there and enjoy the sun. It's one of the great pleasures in life, but you need to make sure you're doing so in a way that's not going to increase the rate of hyperpigmentation, the loss of firmness and elasticity, or exacerbate any fine lines and wrinkles. We also want to prevent any cellular damage and cancers, and so by following these tips, hints and hacks, you'll just make sure that your skin is truly protected beyond just reaching for that SPF. I would love to know what your thoughts, feelings, opinions are on anything mentioned in today's video, so sound up in the comments section below. Wherever you are in the world guys, stay safe, stay well, love your skin. Take care, bye!